Have you ever met someone who seems to glide through life as if the universe itself bends to their feet? No sweat dripping down their brow. No frantic chasing. No endless lists and forced affirmations. Yet somehow, when you look at them, they have it all: the money, the peace, the power, the love, the freedom. And maybe, deep down, it makes you hate them a little, or worse, it makes you hate yourself for not being like them. But what if I told you they're not magicians, not manipulators, not lucky, not chosen, they're just masters of something so simple that the modern mind almost can't believe it: Wu Wei. It sounds exotic. Mysterious. But its meaning is disarmingly simple: effortless action, or, more precisely, actionless action, doing by not doing, moving by not forcing. And yet, beneath those words lies a force that can warp reality faster than any magic trick. A way of being that turns every struggle into flow, every obstacle into a stepping stone, every fight into a dance you win by not fighting at all. Let me tell you a story, not about a sage from 2,000 years ago, but about a man you'd never expect. A man I met at an airport during a delay that had everyone cursing under their breath. He sat there, no phone, no sighing, just watching the rain smear the glass. He looked so calm it annoyed me. So I asked him, half mocking, "Aren't you worried? We might be stuck here for hours." He turned, smiled like he knew a joke I didn't, and said, "There's nothing to be stuck in if you're not in a hurry to get anywhere." Hours later, when they announced the only open seat on the next flight, guess who got it, without even asking? Someone else shouted, someone else begged, someone else fought. But the gate agent pointed at him. And he just shrugged, nodded, and walked past me. Wu Wei. He didn't push. The universe moved for him. #### Part 2, Why You Fail When You Try Too Hard. Look around your life, think of all the times you've pushed. Pushed for love, so they ran. Pushed for money, so it slipped through your fingers. Pushed for recognition, so they turned away. If trying harder always worked, you wouldn't be here now, would you? There's a brutal secret the self-help gurus never tell you: trying harder is sometimes the exact thing that blocks you from getting what you want. Imagine you're swimming in a river, the current is strong, the water cold, the bank distant. Your arms burn as you thrash. You gasp for air. The more you fight the river, the more it drags you down. But what if you stopped fighting? What if you let the current carry you? Maybe it doesn't take you exactly where you planned, but it always takes you somewhere you need. This is Wu Wei, trusting the flow. Acting, but not forcing. Moving, but not grasping. Speaking, but not shouting. Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, called it the way of water. Water wears down stone not by attacking it, but by embracing it. It flows around obstacles. It yields, and in yielding, it conquers. Tell me this: when was the last time you truly yielded? Not gave up, that's different. But yielded. Trusted. Listened. Stepped back and let life move through you instead of ramming your will through life? Maybe that's why you're tired. Maybe that's why the magic never comes. #### Part 3, The Day I Tried Wu Wei. I know what you're thinking: this sounds poetic but impractical. So let me confess, I used to think so too. I was a chronic doer: lists, goals, deadlines. If I wasn't sweating, I wasn't winning. And it worked, until it didn't. Burnout is real. So is heartbreak. So is waking up at 3 a.m. wondering if all this effort is just you running in circles. One day, I tried something reckless. I stopped. I mean really stopped. One morning, I didn't open my laptop. I didn't check my phone. I didn't plan. I just watched. I sat on a park bench while the world sprinted by. I watched kids trip and giggle. I watched an old man feed pigeons with crumbs like they were gold coins. I watched a woman paint watercolors on a tiny canvas while sipping cheap coffee from a paper cup. And as I sat there, the world came to me. An old friend I hadn't seen in years tapped my shoulder. He said he'd thought of me that morning and just happened to be passing through. We talked. He offered me a chance to speak at an event that changed my career. Did I hustle for it? No. I stopped. And life showed up. Wu Wei isn't laziness. It's trust. It's openness. It's the opposite of that death grip you have on your plans. You think you have to make things happen. But the truth is, life wants to happen through you, if you'd only let it. Part 4, the secret power you already have. Here's what they don't want you to know, you already have the magic. Wu Wei isn't something you learn, it's something you remember. Look at children. Have you ever watched a baby try to win affection? They don't. They just exist. They cry, they laugh, they drool, and people do anything for them. They have no strategy, no manipulation. They be, and the world bends. The tragedy is that we grow up and forget. We're told to push. To plan. To hustle. To be someone. But you were never supposed to be someone, you were supposed to be yourself. And yourself is already magnetic when you stop clutching at life with trembling hands. Think of the people who fascinate you. Are they the loud ones, the desperate ones? Or are they the ones who move softly through the room, eyes calm, smile easy, the ones who don't need your approval, and so you give it to them freely? That's Wu Wei. The power that looks like magic but is older than time. Part 5, how to practice Wu Wei every day. So how do you do Wu Wei? That's the paradox, you don't do it. You be it. But here are 3 gentle ways to remember how. 1. Pause before you act. Next time you want to force something, a text, a demand, a plan, stop. Wait. Let the moment settle. Listen for what wants to happen instead. 2. Trust the flow. If something feels like you're swimming upstream, ask yourself, is there a way to let the river carry me instead? Is there an easier path? A softer touch? 3. Stay open. You think you know what you want. But life is bigger than your wants. Sometimes you don't get what you want because something better wants you, but you're too busy fighting to notice. Part 6, when pushing breaks you. There was a woman I knew, Maya, who tried so hard to make her life perfect that she shattered it instead. She was that friend who always had a plan, the bullet journals, the vision boards, the carefully curated Instagram feed of a life that looked like a sunrise yoga session with no mess in the corners. She forced her job to bend to her ambition. She forced her boyfriend to bend to her idea of love. She forced her friends to bend to her needs. For a while, it worked, promotions, ring on her finger, photos on the feed. And then, like an over-tightened string, everything snapped. Her boyfriend left. Her health collapsed. Her friends disappeared because they were tired of feeling like pieces on her chessboard. One night, after a panic attack that put her in the ER, she sat on her kitchen floor, surrounded by all the books that told her to hustle harder. She told me later, I thought life was a game of force. I thought if I didn't push, I'd disappear. But what if the truth is the opposite? That pushing makes you disappear, because the real you is buried under all that effort. What if the secret is that when you stop forcing, you finally appear, and so do the things meant for you? Wu Wei doesn't ask you to drop your dreams, it asks you to trust that your dreams want you too. You meet them halfway. You dance, you don't drag. And the dance feels like flying. Part 7, the lesson of the bamboo. The ancient Taoists didn't write thousands of pages for nothing, they watched nature to remember what the human mind forgets. They saw the mountain stand strong but break under an earthquake. They saw the bamboo bend with every storm but never snap. Think of that next time you feel proud of being hard, the unbending tree is the first to fall when the wind howls. The river, soft as silk, carves canyons out of mountains that thought they would last forever. When you force, you grow rigid. You forget how to bend. And when life comes, and it always does, you crack. Wu Wei makes you like bamboo, rooted but flexible, swaying but unbroken. You don't resist the storm, you ride it. There's a power in that softness. An invisible strength in your ability to say, let it come. Let it pass through me. Let it change me, And when it's over, you're still standing, softer, stronger, more you. ## Part 8, The Lovers Who Understand Wu Wei. Now, let's talk about love, because if you think Wu Wei is just for monks on mountaintops, think again. Love is the playground where force destroys the fastest. Think of the people you've loved. How many did you lose because you tried to hold them too tight? How many slipped away because you tried to own them, fix them, mold them? We think love is about clutching someone so close they can't leave, but real love is a bird that lands in your open palm because you stopped chasing it through the trees. The best lovers practice Wu Wei without knowing it. They don't chase, they invite. They don't demand, they radiate. They don't squeeze love to death, they give it space to breathe. That's why they're irresistible. They have an aura that says, I don't need you to complete me, but if you stay, this will be magic. That's Wu Wei, not a game, not a trick, but a truth. Love that is forced rots. Love that flows grows. ## Part 9, When Life Tests Your Trust. I won't lie to you, Wu Wei isn't always easy. There will be moments when everything inside you screams to push, to demand, to control. There will be days when you feel like you're drowning in uncertainty and your old self wants to kick and thrash and force the river. When that happens, remember this, every forceful move you make from fear closes doors you can't even see. Every moment you trust the flow, you open doors you couldn't have built yourself. I once lost a job I thought was my future. I wanted to beg, to plead, to convince them to keep me. But something told me, stop. Let it go, I walked away. For weeks, I panicked. Then, out of nowhere, an old connection called with an offer 3 times better, a role I would have missed if I'd stayed chained to the old one. The test is always the same, do you trust the invisible more than the visible? That's the crack where the magic slips through. ## Part 10, The Promise of Effortless Action. If you remember one thing, remember this, you're not here to struggle your way into a life you hate. You're here to flow your way into the life that's been trying to reach you all along. Wu Wei doesn't mean you sit on your couch and wish. It means you act when the moment is right, and not a second sooner. You move like a cat stalking prey, silent, patient, certain. Then, when the time comes, you strike with no hesitation, no friction, no regret. In a world addicted to noise, your silence will terrify them. In a world addicted to force, your softness will confuse them. They'll wonder why you're calm while they burn out. They'll call you lazy, until they see you thriving while they collapse. And when they ask for your secret, you'll smile like that man at the airport, the one who knew the flight was already his before they called his name. Have you ever wondered if life is just a complex game that we're all trying to win? Well, what if we told you that you can not only learn the rules but also master bending them to your advantage? Yes, you heard that right. Welcome to our groundbreaking video where we will change how you see challenges and turn them into your greatest victories. Get ready to discover strategies that give you the edge and make sure you win at the game of life. Don't just play the game, win it. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to turn every setback into a stepping stone for your success. Let's ask ourselves first, what is reality? Think of reality as more than what you see. It includes the hidden rules, social expectations, and personal beliefs that shape your world. Many people accept these as unchangeable truths, but did you know you have the power to rewrite these rules? That's right, it all starts with the power of perception. Think of perception as the lens through which you see the world. It shapes your thoughts, decisions, and actions. By slightly adjusting this lens, you can change your entire game. Take two people facing the same challenge. One sees it as a setback, the other as a chance to learn. Their outcomes will differ because of their perceptions. Mastering your perception is like tuning a radio. Suddenly, you pick up signals that were hidden before. We also have to question social norms because they are like invisible scripts dictating how we act and what we aim for. But who writes these scripts? Challenging these norms isn't just rebellious, it's a way to carve your own path to success. It starts by questioning the status quo and asking if there might be a better way that aligns more with your personal values. Life often hands us a standard script: school, job, retirement. But who says you have to stick to that? Start by identifying the parts of your life script that feel limiting or don't align with your true self. Then think about how you can rewrite them to find a path that matches your deepest desires and strengths. It's not about settling for what's doable, you must expand the limits of what you believe is possible. To truly hack the game of reality, you need to adopt a game-changer mindset. This means thinking strategically instead of just going with the flow. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Prepare for challenges by having multiple strategies ready. This mindset turns you from a passive player into an active designer of your life's game. Sometimes, though, it feels impossible to take control of your life. But let me tell you, it's not because you're not enough. It's not your fault. No one ever gave you the tools. Now you're going to get them. The book that changed how I see life and helped me take control is just a click away. All you have to do is enter your email in the link below and we'll send it to you immediately. Remember what Marcus Aurelius once said: very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. By mastering your perceptions, questioning norms, and rewriting your script, you win the game. In the game of reality, resilience and adaptability are your armor. They protect you from life's blows and give you the strength to come back stronger after every setback. Don't see failure as an obstacle, see it as a step on your path. Every misstep teaches you something and turns every setback into a lesson. When you start seeing failure as a necessary part of growth, you change how you face challenges. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? That simple question can open doors to learning and resilience. Emotional agility is your ability to manage your feelings, to step back and observe them as if you were an outsider. It's about recognizing what triggers your emotions and choosing your response consciously. Start by identifying the triggers for your negative emotions, then practice pausing before reacting. Give yourself a moment to reflect so you can respond more thoughtfully and strategically. And while having a clear vision is vital, being too rigid can hold you back. The world is always changing, and often success requires you to adapt your goals to circumstances. Set goals, but be ready to adjust them when needed. This doesn't mean losing focus on your end goal, it means handling life's changing tides wisely. Adaptability is, at its core, about solving problems. It means seeing a challenge and viewing it as a puzzle waiting to be solved. Build your problem-solving skills by regularly taking on new challenges, trying different methods, and embracing unconventional solutions. This not only sharpens your mind but equips you with a toolbox full of strategies for future obstacles. Remember, no one masters the game of reality alone. A strong support network offers new perspectives and advice and helps you get through tough times. Surround yourself with people who encourage you to grow and who bring fresh views to your challenges. The strength of your network reflects the strength of your resilience. And in your pursuit of resilience, never underestimate self-care. Your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional stability are all connected. Regular exercise, balanced nutrition, enough sleep, and mindfulness aren't luxuries, they're essential to strengthen your body and mind and prepare you for what's next. Gratitude ties it all together and boosts both resilience and adaptability. By focusing on what you have instead of what you lack, you develop a mindset that can weather difficult situations. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. This simple habit can strongly shift your attitude and prepare you for life's challenges. Imagine how you could reshape your life path by simply adjusting your mindset. Think of your mind as your most powerful tool. Every thought and intention you set influences your path. Start with clear intentions. Before you tackle a task, ask yourself, what is my goal? How do I want to feel along the way? This clarity guides your energy and directs every step toward your goal, making your goals feel more tangible. And let's remind you again, challenges aren't obstacles but opportunities. Every setback isn't a sign of failure but a bridge to greater growth. Every time you stumble, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? This mindset means embracing life in all its fullness. Visualization is another powerful strategy. Just like Olympic champions who imagine their victory before the competition, visualize your own successes. See yourself achieving your goals. This mental training builds neural pathways in your brain that make success not just imagined but achievable.